Hey, Angie Nelson here from theworkathomewife.com. We are just entering 2019, and today I wanted to spend a little bit of time on a topic that's really important to me, and that is being a virtual assistant. I was a virtual assistant for many years. That's how I made my income from home. And every year I like to kind of take a look at the industry and look at some of the most popular requests among some of the business groups that I am in and the requests that I receive by email, and kind of put together a list for you on some of the top services and top tasks that I think are going to be popular in the new year. These are some things that you may want to consider adding to your service list, or if you are looking to pick up a few new skills this year, these are some things that you may want to consider if it's kind of in your wheelhouse or if you have any interest in these industries. This is going to be a great video for you to take a few moments to listen to and see if there's anything that you're interested in adding to your VA service list. And please make sure you stay until the end of the video to find out how you can learn more about the services that we're talking about today, and also where you can pick up some of these new skills. Now, the first service that we're talking about today is perfect for even entry-level virtual assistants, and that is inbox management and basic customer support. This is always a service field that's really in high demand. Most of us know how many emails we're receiving every day, and as a business owner or a blogger, that is just really compounded. I know myself, between all of the different inboxes that I have, I can receive 200, 300, 400 emails every single day. And as a business owner, it's really hard to go through those and find out what's important, what needs responded to, what can just be deleted. And also coming up with some systems for those things. With Gmail and some of the other popular inbox managers out there, there are some great ways that you can come up with filters to get some of these emails taken care of themselves. There are also, ways that you can come up with canned responses. So even if you aren't going to be managing your client's inbox long term, maybe you can set up some basic things that will really save them some time and help streamline their process. And as a virtual assistant, you can also be handling some of the basic customer support requests and get those off of your client's plate. These can be anything from helping them find specific resources or articles on your client's website or blog. Maybe it's helping them with their login information if your client, has an online course or something like that. If they are a course creator or an online seller, maybe it's helping them with some refund requests or other types of product assistance that these people might need. Now, obviously, to be any type of virtual assistant, you are going to need a lot of great organization skills and the ability to kind of identify what's important and what's not, and be able to come up with some processes that are going to help save your clients time, because that's what they're after all. That's why they're hiring help, is they need more time back in their day. Now, a couple of steps up from inbox management is going to be email marketing. This is always a really popular industry. And as far as the service arena, because email marketing is so important to any business. Yes, social media is important, and there are different aspects of, online marketing that everyone needs, but email marketing is always at the top of the list. This is where a lot of businesses make their most money and do their most of their communications with. Email lists are the key to growth for most online businesses, or any business for that matter. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of setup and maintenance. Now, services that may be involved in an email marketing package could be creating opt-in freebies and getting those set up. You could be creating online forms that are placed on your client's website or blog where the customer actually drops their email in order to get on that list. You could be creating and implementing an autoresponder series that people receive after they sign up for the email list. You could also be creating the ongoing email newsletters that are keeping people in the know and kind of reaching out to those people on a regular basis. Now, a really hot aspect of email marketing right now is tagging and segmenting subscribers And that really allows a client to communicate more on a granular level with their email subscribers. Now, to succeed in the email marketing field, you're obviously going to need to have some knowledge of email service providers, whether that's ConvertKit, Aweber, Drip, or some of the other more popular ones. And it also doesn't hurt to learn some of the other great pieces to that puzzle, like Opt-in Monster or some other types of opt-in box creators that are out there. Now, if you're already involved in the online space, you may know how popular online courses are right now. And courses are being developed by not just bloggers these days, but all types of online businesses. And course creation requires a lot of support. There are a lot of pieces to that puzzle, and a lot of these things are things that virtual assistants can take over for a client. Now, as I said, there's a lot of different pieces here, from course creation and getting a course ready for students, to the other side of the coin, which is going to be marketing, which can involve creating webinars, reaching out to influencers, preparing funnels, and writing the sales page. Now, as a virtual assistant, you can kind of pick and choose what your service packages will include. And that's always the case. When it comes to launches and course creation, some things that may be in your packages would be sales page builders. That can be things like ClickFunnels or Beaver Builder if you're knowledgeable in those two services. You can also specialize in certain learning platforms, whether that be Teachable or Thinkific or one of the other ones that are out there right now. You can also work on the content production side of things, whether that is creating, the videos or the explainer files. Maybe it is creating the worksheets through Google Docs or Canva. Maybe even Adobe Photoshop if your client is going to be creating things like slideshows and PDFs. All of those are going to go into course creation at some point. And you can also specialize in webinars. This is a really hot field right now. A lot of people are putting together webinars in order to help launch their products and also include it in their products. And this can, you can specialize in different platforms here as well, whether that be Webinar Ninja, Zoom, Webinar Jam, or some of the other ones that are out there. Now, obviously, with course production and creation, a lot of the different things that I mentioned right there, you may have noticed that it's really specific to different platforms. And if you're going to be involved in a really specialized niche like that, it is important that you do get some skills developed around some of those most popular software and platforms that are out there. As a lot of times as clients and online business owners, we just don't have the time or don't want to spend the time to learn the ins and outs of some of these platforms for just one course, for example. So as a virtual assistant, you can step in with the specialized knowledge there and really be able to streamline that process and to eliminate your client having to go out there and learn all of that on their own. Now, social media management is always a popular virtual assistant field. Things are always changing as far as social media is concerned when it comes to algorithms and best practices. So a virtual assistant can really either be a Jane of all trades there and cover a large number of platforms, or really get specialized. And maybe you just want to focus on one platform like Pinterest. A lot of Pinterest VAs these days, they're doing nothing but making sure that pins are optimized, that the boards are optimized, that everything is being pinned, on a regular basis and when it needs to be, and really getting those things off of their clients' plates. There are also going to be virtual assistants that are going to be really specialized in things like Facebook when it comes to all the different aspects there, whether it's Facebook Lives, Facebook ads, just the different algorithms that are always going on Facebook, and also Facebook groups. And those are obviously the two biggest platforms right now for most online businesses. But you also have things like Twitter and LinkedIn that kind of round out things. So as a virtual assistant, as always, you can pick your service packages and kind of include a little of everything or get really specialized in one area, depending on what your interests and your skills are. Now, the last service field we're going to talk about today is going to be blogging support. This is another one that is huge. It encompasses a lot of different tasks. As a blogger, there are so many things that need to be taken care of, every single day. And a lot of those things can be outsourced to someone else fairly easily. And this is also a field that I'm really passionate about because not only am I a blogger, but I also was a blogger's virtual assistant for many, many years. That's how I earned my income through my virtual assistant business for several years, was just supporting other bloggers as I build up my own blog. Now, as a blogger's assistant, there are a lot of different services that you can offer. And as always, you can really put these packages together based on your interest, your skills, and the things that you like to do the most. Because as a business owner or a virtual assistant or any worker as far as that is concerned, you're going to do your best work when it's work that you enjoy doing. So choose your service packages based on your skills and also the things that you're interested in, because not only do you need to know these things now, but it's also going to be things that you're going to need to continue that learning process so you can stay ahead of the curve for your clients. Now, blogging support can include a lot of different things. When I was supporting other bloggers, I did a various amount of things that were involved in the publishing process. A lot of the times I was writing blog posts, but I was also scheduling them, editing them, formatting them, creating the images that went into those posts, putting in affiliate links where they were needed, linking to other blog posts that were on the client's blog. Really, a lot of the things that I did were in that publishing arena there, as far as getting posts ready to publish. And if you have any writing skills, it's a great thing to include in your virtual assistant business as well. There are many, whether it's social media or blog support, there's always going to be some aspect of writing there. So don't be afraid to include that in your service list. Now, some other aspects there that you may want to include in a service package would be comment moderation, taking care of the comments that are on the blog, wading through those and getting rid of the spam, making sure that comments are responded to in a timely manner. And blogging support can be another great industry for entry-level VAs to get involved in because so much of it can be learned online. Now, as I've said a couple of times throughout this video, when you're choosing your service packages, make sure that you aren't just haphazardly throwing things together based on what you think is going to be popular. You want to make sure that the skills that you are choosing and the services that you are offering are going to be things that you have extensive knowledge in. Your client is not only paying for time, but they're also paying for results. So you don't want to be, using their time in order to experiment and learn how to do things. You want to make sure that you are coming to the table with some great knowledge behind the services that you're offering. And along those same lines, this is going to allow you to make sure that you're putting together really detailed service packages. This is going to ensure that not only are you setting your prices appropriately based on the amount of work that you're doing, but you are also going to help prevent scope creep. And what that means is that you wind up doing a whole lot more work than maybe what you should have because you really don't know what the services should have included in the first place or how much time they should be taking. And this can end up costing both you and your client a lot of money if you're not knowledgeable about how much time and how much energy are involved in the things that are in your service packages. So make sure the things that you're including are things that you know a lot about and you know how much time it should take and you know how much energy and outside involvement is going to be included in what you're offering so that you're not putting yourself in a bad place. And as always, if your client asks you to perform a service that you're really not sure about, communicate that with them upfront. They may want to allow you to use some of their time in order to learn it. Or maybe they have some great resources that will help you learn that. Or maybe they want to train you how to do it. But don't just say yes to something that you don't know anything about without letting them know that maybe this is something that's going to be new to you. And the reason this is so important is because word of mouth marketing is one of the best ways to get new clients. And if your client isn't happy, they aren't going to have very good things to say about you, and that's going to get around in the online community. Make sure that your client is totally blown away and their expectations are met, and they're really pleased with the work that you do, and they'll be more than happy to recommend your services to other people that they know. Now, if you'd like to learn more about these service offerings and also where you can pick up these skills online, I'm going to leave a link in the description below for you to check out, along with some additional links to some posts on my blog about becoming a virtual assistant, so you can find out more about this great work-at-home industry. Now, if you liked today's video, please give it a like and a share, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you'll get notification of the next video. Until then, I wish you best of luck in your work-at-home job search.